A Massachusetts mother of 3 remains missing, and authorities say they are working around the clock to find her. Ann Walsh was last seen by a family member at her home in the town of Cohasset, Massachusetts, southeast of Boston, around 4 in the morning on New Year's Day. Now, police say the 39-year-old Walsh was taking a ride share to catch a flight from Boston to D.C. for her property management job there.
At this point, we cannot confirm that she actually got into a ride share in Cohasset. We have confirmed with the airlines, and that's been a challenge, that she did not board a plane this week.
Attempts to track Walsh's cell phone or possible credit card activity have come up empty. Chief Quigley says there remains a missing persons case with no evidence to support anything suspicious or criminal. Now, Walsh's husband, Brian, has been arrested, accused of misleading police investigators. Walsh was taken into custody last Friday. Now, today, he was arraigned on that charge.
Mr. Brian Walsh, complaint 230136 out of Cohasset. You're charged with intimidation of a witness on the 8th of January, 2023, and not guilty for the man.
You understand that charge, Ms. Walsh?
Yes.
Here from the Commonwealth.
Yes. Good morning, Your Honor. Lynn B. Lynn for the Commonwealth. Your Honor, the charge before the court right now, the defendant is charged under the intimidation, that being misleading the police in the course of an investigation. The investigation was into the missing person of Anna Walsh. Anna is the wife of this defendant. She's 37 years old. They have 3 children, 2, 4, and 6. Anna Walsh was last seen on New Year's Day about between 4 and 6 a.m.
Now, prosecutors say Brian Walsh, was seen on surveillance video buying $450 worth of cleaning supplies at a home improvement store the day after his wife was last seen. And at today's arraignment, prosecutors say police found a broken knife and blood in the basement of the couple's home. Walsh is being held on $500,000 bond. And we're learning that Brian Walsh also has a serious criminal history. He had been on home confinement while waiting sentencing in a federal fraud case involving the sale of Andy Warhol paintings. So this guy, he's interesting. All right, still with me, former Sacramento County District Attorney Anne Marie Schubert and appellate attorney and trial attorney Matthew Barhoma. Anne Marie, I'll start with you. Again, this is one of those cases where you expect the other shoe to drop any minute against this guy. The evidence is piling up. They've arrested him on a charge that sounds like maybe trying to put a little pressure on him. They're still treating it as a missing persons case, but you got to think there's more afoot here.
No question about it. I think it's so, heartbreaking to hear what the prosecutor said in court, which is this evidence found in the basement, the bloody knife, the blood in the basement, and then the cleanup materials that he has. So this is sadly sounds like a very dire outcome. It's a matter of time, and that hopefully they will pursue this case and ultimately find out where she is. But it's clearly a very upsetting situation. I also understand that he perhaps may have had an ankle monitor on him because of his federal charges. If that's the case, then it's probably a matter of time to figure out where he went.
Actually, they do have some sense of where he went. He went to some various places in that time period. I want to quickly call up a timeline here as far as what we know at this point in the case. On January 1st, Anna Walsh, she was last seen around 4 a.m., as I said. Now, on January 2nd, Brian Walsh is seen buying about $450 worth of cleaning supplies at a home improvement store. All right, that doesn't look good. Anna Walsh reported missing by her employer, okay? By her employer, not by him. January 8th, Brian Walsh is arrested. January 10th, Brian Walsh is arraigned. Now, just when you start looking at what was going on here, the fact that he doesn't report it, and we know police instantly, when a wife is missing in this way, you're going to look first at the husband. Right now, we don't necessarily have a motive. But when you look at this kind of evidence they have about where he was and what he was doing, the buying the $450 of cleaning supplies, but yet and still, Matthew, you find blood in the basement, so I don't know what he did with it, but at the end of the day, your thoughts on that timeline and how it helps the prosecution.
Yeah, the timeline does not look good for him at all. Okay, I mean the timeline of events, especially even the fact that you're not, you're the person of first contact, right? You probably have the most closest interaction with your wife, and here she is missing, and you're not reporting it. You're buying cleaning supplies. It looks like you carried out a homicide, and you're looking to cover it up. That's exactly what it looks like. And so ultimately, I think the timeline of events is not good. I also think the conduct doesn't look very good at all. It doesn't look very, very bright. It wasn't sophisticated. So ultimately, I think that this timeline's probably going to be used against them, Michael.
Yeah, and he told police the last time he saw her was January 1st when she took an Uber. They have not been able to verify she actually got into any kind of ride share. They know she didn't get on the plane, and her cell phone pinged at the home later that day, January 1st. So again, it's only a matter of time before we see murder charges in this case. You can bet that.